What up, y'all? This is Quality Boxing. This is Quality checking in. Just a quick synopsis of the fight that happened last night. We had Tank versus Gamboa. Good fight. Everything, I believe, happened as expected. We probably didn't expect for the fight to last so long. Of course, excuse me if you see me looking all over the place. I'm at work right now and shit like that, but you know what I'm saying, just trying to get on my video grind as much as I can. But yeah, it was a good fight. Think it was a lesson learned for Tank that you can't take no opponent light. I don't think he took him light. I just don't think he took Gamboa as serious as he could. Being that Tank was so tired, unconditioned, I don't even think it was a way to him, an issue of him really not training. I think it was what Calvin Ford said. It's just, you know, the week of the fight, it ain't much training going on. There's no more sparring and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much weight control, and Tank tried to do some things on his own, and it just contributed to a failure on the scale. But I didn't see a dehydration problem. I seen a conditioning problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, after the fight, I assume Tank ain't going right into training again or conditioning. You know, we always use Floyd's name because he's the perfect example of what it is to be conditioned at the highest level all year round for a whole entire career. And we see when you know, all fighters ain't Floyd, of course, and we see when fighters don't do so, then these things can happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to somewhat stay somewhat type of condition fight night, because what's up, brother?
Nah. Okay.
You want?
Oh, it's alright.
We see what it's like to be conditioned well after the fight and throughout the year. It pays off, and you know, that's what you should do, no matter what the opponent, you know, or the occasion, the weight class, things of that nature. All right, brother, man. And that's the case that Tank faced last night against Gamboa. Gamboa was conditioned. You can tell. You know, if he wasn't conditioned, he would have been gone a long time ago. And shouts out to him for being able to hang in there with the very dangerous Tank Davis for 12 rounds. You know, he was almost there. And you could feel that it would have been a failure if Tank did not finish this fight with a knockout. Just for his personal self. Me, I wouldn't have cared. You know, it is what it is. I understand that. Gamboa is a champion no matter how old he is and stuff like that. People want to write you off. See, they don't understand the sport. Like they said, Gamboa had been knocked down 14 times before fighting Tank. But when you look at his record, it was like 30-2. Out of all of those knockdowns, he only had 2 losses. That's what champions do. They get the fuck back up, man. And that's what he did. He got knocked down in the 2nd round. He got his ass back up. He got knocked down in like the 7th, 8th round. Got his ass right back up. You know, he had been taking some heat. He had been hurt pretty much damn near every round. You know what I'm saying? Had he didn't have a ruptured Achilles, or, you know, was able to... When you got a ruptured Achilles, understand this. There is no pressure that you can put on the back foot, period. It was nothing that he could put on his shots. He would pretty much pity pat, and you in there with pretty much top 3 most dangerous punchers in the sport of boxing today on a bad Achilles, and you can't feed him nothing back to keep him up off of you. And we know Gamboa can punch, but nobody can punch. I don't give a fuck. You could be Deontay Wilder. If you got a busted Achilles and that's your power foot, I don't care if he switched stance. It don't matter. It's nothing that he could do. There's no lateral movement. It's nothing. There was nothing he could do. All he could do was walk. Eventually, your body gets adjusted to the pain. You can still feel something is wrong, but it was nothing he could do. That shit that he did in there with Terrence Crawford and stuff, like he gave Terrence some angles and stuff. He couldn't do that with Tank. And it wasn't because of Tank. It was because he had a ruptured not a torn, a ruptured Achilles. He had the same shit that KD had. You see that crossover KD tried. It's nothing that you need that. There's no lateral movement, and that was lateral movement. That was just lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? Let alone trying to go back and put something on the punch. No, it's not there. You know? So, big shout out to Gamboa, man. Take my hat off to him, man. That's a true champion, and Tank can't say nothing, man. I don't want to hear no more bad words about you. You almost can't feel good about that one. Because one, it was an old man, and he hung in there with you, and this is your debut at a whole new weight class. You know, they say you knocking out heavyweights and all of this, you know, and don't get me wrong, I ain't shooting shots at Tank. I love Tank. That's my man, G. I'm riding with Tank. When I used to box, I was left-handed. I'm a southpaw, so I'm riding with my southpaws to the end. Shit, but he was talking some major shit, and the shit talk didn't add up. Yeah, you got the knockout, but it should have came a lot faster. And those antics that you pulled in the beginning at the press conference, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't push the man. Keep it professional. I know we all irritated and stuff. You're a long training camp. You're away from your family. Can't eat what you want. Can't do what you want. Stuff like that is irritating. But that you know, whatever he made, I'm sure it was 7-0. It was 6 zeros behind whatever the other digit was. So you can't be too unhappy about that. It's just, you know, this is a professional sport. My favorite fighters always made weight, no matter what. James Toney, my favorite fighter in the history of boxing. You ain't never heard him not be able to make weight. He might have been drained. Yeah, but he gonna make the weight. That's a motherfucker who might have been drained because he constantly pushed his body to limits to stay in weight classes that he had no business being in when his body. James used to play football. He used to walk around at 200 pounds and would come down to 160. Now that's not uncommon. A lot of fighters are already doing that, walking around at 170 and coming down to 47 and 40 and shit like that. But that's not good. I don't care what nobody says. That's not good. That's nothing good. You know, you got to be a bad motherfucker to do that. James did it dehydrated, basically, fighting the likes of Michael Nunn's and Roy Jones's and Mike McCallum's of the world like this, just to stay in the division, just to have a chance to fight these dudes. So, and Tank just lucky he ain't had that type of opposition in front of him. Hold on, y'all. Hey, pretty good
Is it
yourself.
possible to check and see if there's a package for 511? I had something that said it was delivered on Christmas Eve, and it turned out to be something that I wasn't expecting. It would be in like a purple bag, I think. Oh, that's the one.
Oh.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
Because I looked at the text card, I was like, hey, it's not there. All right. Thanks, buddy.
No problem, my man. You too. Sorry about that, y'all. Excuse me again. I'm at work, but I just wanted to make this video right now. You know, ain't too much going on. Whatever my job is right So yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so Tank just lucky that it wasn't somebody of that caliber in the ring with him. Yeah, it was a former Olympian, but he's a shell of himself, and he had a busted Achilles, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do that with no Loma. You know, people want to be mad at Terrence Crawford's statement. I don't think Crawford might have a bone to pick with Devontae because he's on the other side of the street. I wouldn't quite have said it like that because I don't believe Loma can beat Tank if Tank is in top form. That's a fact. If you if Loma getting dropped by Corolla, people like that little power, and you gonna get hit in the fight, it ain't no way he's gonna stay away from these shots if he fights Tank. You understand what I'm saying? But if the Tank showed up, if the Tank that showed up last night show up for Loma, it's over for him. That one ain't gonna beat Devin Haney neither. But I do think he got a chance to beat Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Even though Devin Haney got all the skills to pay the bills, it's just when you got that equalizer, it's hard to go against that equalizer. And I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, that a la Pernell Whitaker, James Toney, and Floyd Mayweather, Willie Pep, greatest defensive fighters I've ever seen. It ain't nobody out here even close. It ain't nobody out here even close. Nobody, not even Lomachenko. Nobody. It's nobody even close. So on that note, this is what I'm saying. The boy got a chance. So Terrence, no, I don't quite validate that statement. Stay away. No, because a motherfucker gonna get hit. You know, and
Hey, how's it going, man?
pretty good, my man.
Got some all over there. Are you able to open that side door?
Yeah, I got you, my man.
Awesome, thank you.
It's a sensor on it. It might come down from time to time, but I'll just lift it up.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate it.
And Bob got the freight right now, but I'm gonna tell him that you guys trying to move a bed out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem, my man. Again, please excuse me. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to end this video because that's too much. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to see all that. No video, but yeah. So just to cap it off, man. You know, good night. But I would love to see Tank stay conditioned, do a better job of staying conditioned and being a professional. And I'm looking forward to him stepping up. And that's that, man, for Gamboa. He ain't got to retire, but they need to match him up carefully. He can't get in there with the Tanks of the world and the Devin Haney's. Those days is over with. He might not ever be champion again if these dudes is holding on to belts and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? He in the 135-pound weight class at the age of 38. He gonna be fighting the likes of Devin Haney, Lomachenko. He just fought Tank. Richard Comey. You know, it's a lot of tough heat down there at 135. So it ain't too many places for Gamboa to go. You know what I'm saying? But have him a little farewell tour. Get on up out of there while you can, man. Because if you got a ruptured Achilles, it ain't no coming back from that. We definitely ain't finna see him for a whole year period off that alone. So, you know, hats off to a legend, man. I appreciate, man, the entertainment that you provided for me, man, for as long as your career has lasted. And that was a good way to cap off the end of the year. And I'm just glad both fighters were healthy, safe, got paid, fans got entertained, and the rest is history, man. So until next time, man, this is quality. This is Quality Boxing, man. If you like the video, like it, subscribe, share, and until next time, peace.